Are you still in love with him?
No. There's a part of me that will always care for Martin. We had a deep connection, but I'm not in love with him now. Mm-hmm. I care for him. I hope he's all right. I mean, I have thoughts of him, you know, but I'm not in love with him now.
But you realize there is more than just a possibility that he killed his wife. I mean, he has been convicted of it.
He has been convicted, yes.
A very good friend of mine and a good friend of the show is here, former FBI profiler and NBC criminal analyst, Clint Van Zandt. Clint, you and I have worked on cases before. In fact, we've talked about some cases that have an eerie parallel to what's going on here that I think she may not be aware of.
Yeah.
Enlighten us.
Yeah, you know, Gypsy, what Dr. Phil was making reference to, you may recall that you think about it, a Chicago area police officer by the name of Drew Peterson was married 4 different times, and each wife, and then he was dating outside the marriage, and he had another wife and another wife. Well, wife number 3 wound up being drowned in a bathtub while she was clothed, okay? And then wife number 4, when she was planning on moving out of her husband, she disappeared. She's never been seen again. And I guess my challenge in listening to this exchange, you've got a man who cheated on his wife multiple times with multiple women. He cheated on his children, what, 8 children?
Yes.
He cheated on all of his children. He cheated on the government. How in your fondest mind did you ever think this man would be loyal to you when he's cheated on everybody else that's ever been in his life?
It's a very good question. I guess I loved him so much. I hoped and I thought that I think when you're in love with someone, it's very easy to get very delusional, and you see what you want to see, and you trust what you want to trust, and you know. Sorry.
I had a coach tell me one time in college, he said, McGraw, you are the dumbest smart person I've ever met. And I kind of feel like that about you. And a lot of people are suspicious that you know more about this than you're telling, that you either knew what was happening and like other things, you just went along because you thought he knew best. There are those who think you were actually involved in this and that you helped to plan it, and it all worked out exactly the way it was. I'm not one of those people, and I'll tell you the primary reason that I don't think that is because I do think, based on what his personality seems to be to me, that he would have burned you to save himself if he could have. And the only reason that, I mean, to me, if he had a chance to throw you under the bus to trade himself to a lesser charge or a better deal or some type of leniency, that he probably would have. So, you know, that's one of the reasons I tend to come down on the side that maybe you're just, like me, one of the dumbest smart people ever around, because you sure are smart in some ways and really dumb in some others.
I could have told you that, Dr. Phil.
Yeah, and but you know, Gypsy, I appreciate your candor in coming here. Is there anything else you want to say before you go?
You know, I believe that it has not been taken sincerely when I have said it in the past. But honestly, I am so sorry for any part I played in anyone's pain as a result of this. I was more selfish back then. I did not have the proper perspectives on what was an appropriate way of living. And, you know, my family, his family, it has been tragic for everyone.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.